Well, for more on today's market sell-off, we're joined now by Jack Ablin, Chief Investment Officer of Harris Private Bank, which has $60 billion in assets under management. He has more than 25 years experience in money management and is the author of Reading Minds and Markets, Minimizing Risk and Maximizing Returns in a Volatile Global Marketplace. Jack, it's a mouthful, and talk about volatile global marketplace. What's going on today?
Boy, it seems like all markets are kind of moving in the same direction, unfortunately. Leading up to this market or today's market action, we had sort of disparate views. We had when investors feared it was really more of an economics situation, and that we would see these measures draw down demand, then it was really more of an equity situation. Now it appears maybe the investor confidence in these countries' willingness and ability to rein in these imbalances is starting to cause problems in the credit markets as well.
So now we are finally seeing what a lot of people feared, that now the psychological aspect to this is infecting the markets.
In many respects, Mark, yes. I mean, every time we see these demonstrations and just the sheer unwillingness or the ability necessarily for policymakers to try to rein in these imbalances, it just creates certainly issues, particularly among the creditors.
But Jack, the market valuations, they're still reasonable right now, correct?
That's it. I mean, if we look past a lot of this noise, you could see that we've got overall in most major markets in the world valuations that are at worst fair value, and if you squint hard enough, you could likely even make a case for undervaluation. And the economic backdrop, it's certainly questionable. Although here in the U.S. we have the pedal to the metal, and we're pumping out a lot of economic tailwind, both from the government but also the private sector as well.
Jack, let me ask you, because as we mentioned at some point today, the Dow was down 300 points, but as we check the market averages right now, off the session lows down. Market right now, Dow Industrials down 2.75%, down 289 points. Is this still a reflection of what we're seeing going on in the Euro region? And I guess tomorrow, as our Philippines was telling us last half hour, the German parliament getting set to approve that $1 trillion to help aid what's going on there in Greece?
Yeah, I think that's certainly a lot to do with it, Mark. I think, it is, you mentioned before, it's a question of confidence. And this flash crash of a week ago, not only, or 2 weeks ago now, not only really rattled the confidence of investors, but everyday policymakers are digging in and not giving us, answers as to what's causing this problem. I think erodes confidence just that much more.
Jack, what are investors not doing? Are they not paying enough attention to risk?
Well, not necessarily. I think that what they're doing is probably what most investors on edge are doing. They're reading the headlines and they're extrapolating. Right now, if there's probably every one nugget of good news, there's probably 3 nuggets of bad news, and so it's emotional and it's momentum based. And with anyone with a long enough time horizon and a strong enough stomach, could navigate through this. But it's certainly a trying time right now.
Jack, in about 20 seconds, last half hour, I interviewed Mark Calabria of the Cato Institute. We were talking about financial regulatory reform. It looks like this is going to pass. Is it going to change the landscape, in your opinion?
Well, it should some. I think it depends on some of these measures. I would have liked to have seen, for example, a regulated and unregulated subsidiary of some of these financial institutions. That's been overruled. So I'm going to go through the text and see what's really in this measure.
All right, Jack Ablin, Harris Private Bank, joining us. Jack, it's always good to have you on. Thanks.